Now what we're going to do is a masterclass on trading or token analysis or strategies, right? Because you're the man with blue eyes in finance, 6'5", right?
I'm 6'3", so
close.
2 inches shorter.
All right. So when you look at a token, right, like what are the different kind of analysis that you do? There's like a fundamental analysis, there's a technical analysis, right? Like, can you break those down for people working in crypto right now, operators in this space or retail, right? How can they make better informed decisions?
Yeah, so there's a couple lenses through which you can look at a project. One, what's its relative level of traction, and usually you determine that compared to other protocols in that same vertical and sector. So you can look at revenue, volume traded, total value locked, active addresses, GitHub commits. There's a lot of different metrics. It really is important to look at the most relevant one for that vertical. For a DEX or a perps exchange, that might be volume or protocol revenue. For a money market protocol, maybe that's total value locked, or revenue. For a layer 1 protocol, it's a combination of a lot of different things, as well as a lot of different developer metrics, because it's a platform on which people are building. So you kind of have to look at the level of activity on top of it as well. But that's one thing. What's the traction? The second is, what's the quality of the team? There's large communities behind projects, but at the end of the day, it's usually being shepherded by a core group of developers. What are their relative experience? What are their backgrounds? How well equipped are they to build what they've set out to build? What's their track record of doing what they set out to do?
Yeah.
And what's your level of conviction and their ability to execute? Outside of that, there's a lot of tokenomic things. You can have a project that's doing really well and a great team, but the tokenomics don't necessarily make sense and bring a lot of value to the token holders, and that's really important to determine. Also, what's the lockup schedule? What's the flow of new token emissions versus when investors unlock versus when team unlock? Because you can have something that's doing really well, but there's just so much sell pressure that it makes it difficult for the token to perform well. And this is taking much more of a 10,000 foot view, but is this even a sector of the market that you're excited about? Are there competitive moats? Is there ability to have differentiation? Or is this something that ends up getting commoditized and competed down to zero? So looking at it from those different frames and then determining, you can have all of these things working, but then where's it actually trading at, right?
Yeah.
Could be just very expensive compared to the market or the relevant multiples. Maybe they're producing X amount of revenue,
right,
but they're trading at an insane multiple compared to that revenue. It doesn't really make sense. Require a lot of protocol growth to grow into a reasonable multiple. And that's where there's a lot of crossover versus equity markets. When you think of something like a P ratio, you can do the same thing in crypto,
right,
where you think about, well, what's the protocol earnings and how does that relate to the circulating market cap and to the fully diluted valuation of the project.